Now we resume with our pay-per-view undercard portion. Christina Poncher and Bob Arum here. And Bob, before we get to talking to these guys, we have the WBO Global and WBC Continental America's middleweight title fight between John Abek and Hassan Ndam. We have an IBF title eliminator, and then Raymond Murataya opening up the pay-per-view. So just your thoughts on this undercard we put together on our pay-per-view portion. Well,
it's a terrific undercard, and any one of the fights could be a main event. Raymond Murataya is an example of what you can do when you have a network like ESPN, which gives a promoter continuity. Because Raymond was way, way, way down on the undercards when he first started. But one fight after another, Brad Goodman kept putting him in tougher and tougher fights, and he kept excelling every fight that he was in, and he's only gotten better, and he's still undefeated, and I'm very proud of how well he's done. A terrific young man, and going to be really a very well-known fighter. The Falcoa-Volny fight is for all the marbles. I mean, these guys are fighting to become the IBF mandatory in the middleweight division, and the winner will face the winner of the fight that will take place in Japan late in December between Triple G, Golovkin, and Murata from Japan. So there's a lot at stake in that fight. And also, Janabek fight with Ndam is a very important fight because the winner will be in a mandatory position in the WBO middleweight division. You know, I've watched Ndam fight a couple of times in Japan. One fight he won, one fight he lost, but he's a terrific fighter. But as far as Janabek is concerned, I remember, I guess it's a few years ago, my wife and I were invited by the boxing people in Kazakhstan to Kazakhstan, and they were escorting me through the National Museum, not a sports museum, not a boxing museum, but a national museum, and there was all pictures and bric-a-brac regarding the career of Triple G, who, as you know, is from Kazakhstan. And one of the boxing guys told me, as good as Triple G is, this kid, Janabek, with his last name, which is unpronounceable, is going to be better. So I took that with a grain of salt, but a number of months later, his new manager, Igis Klimas, good friend of mine, brought him to see me, and we started promoting him, and so far so good. He's looked absolutely spectacular. So I'm looking forward to all of these three fights on the undercard to the showdown between Porter and Crawford.
Now, Raymond, I'll start with you. You're opening up the pay-per-view. When you hear Bob Arum, the Hall of Famer, has been around the game for really, really long time, before you and I were born, you hear him say these comments about you. How does that make you feel?
It means a lot. You know, for me, for him to recognize that, it's really a good feeling. But I feel like I've been putting in the work, so I think that's really showing, and he's seeing that, so it feels good.
We thought we were going to see you on that Valdez undercard where you originally scheduled, but you tested positive for COVID.
Yeah.
How has your recovery been from that? We've had some guys after fight say it was a little bit more difficult than they thought. How has your preparation been since the last couple of months dealing with that?
Yeah, it was definitely more difficult than I thought. I came back, I went for like a jog, and you definitely feel like your breathing is a little different. But, you know, just I just kept training, just kept running, and, you know, it comes back. So my training has been good.
Speaking of your training, you're with one of the best, and that's Robert Garcia and the Robert Garcia Boxing Academy. Iron sharpens iron in that gym in every corner where you look. How is just working there and training with them? And, of course, your father and your brother made you a better fighter to this point. I mean, 12-0 with 10 knockouts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that gym, man, there's a lot of good talent there. You're always just learning. There's just a lot of different fighters. You're just sparring a lot of different styles. So you just continue just to learn.
Did you think at just 12 professional fights that you'd be fighting on a pay-per-view?
No. This is definitely happening like sooner than I thought.
Dream come true for you? As you kind of check things, obviously you'd like to headline a pay-per-view, but as you go along the path, are things going, let me ask you that then, are things going along the path that you envisioned for yourself in your career? Yeah,
I feel like I'm just putting in the work and it's just showing and good things are coming. So yeah, I just can't wait for what the future has for me.
Lastly, what can the fans expect from you? I mean, you've been in the bubble, knocking guys out. Everyone's kind of seen you on ESPN, ESPN Plus, now on pay-per-view, a bigger stage. What can the fans watching worldwide expect from Raymond Muratalla?
Just a good fight. You know, I feel like I'm different than a lot of fighters. I have a lot of skills, and I think I'm a show that on Saturday night.
And last-minute opponent switch. I know I said last question, but you were preparing for Steven Ortiz, and then you're going to fight Elias Araujo. Any quick study on him?
Yeah, I know. Just he's an aggressive fighter. Nothing I haven't seen before. I'm prepared for anything. Yeah. So I'll be good.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you open up the show on Saturday night. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to move on to the second fight. As Bob mentioned, this one for the WBO Global and WBC Continental America's middleweight title, the first of the two middleweight fights on the undercard. Hassan, I'll start with you. Nice to see you. You look very sharp today. Thanks for dressing up. I feel a little underdressed for the occasion now. But look, big stage, right? Big opportunity for you. What does this mean to you to be back here in the spotlight, fighting on arguably, one of the biggest fights of the year?
First of all, I want to thank God, Allah, to bring me here today in face of all of you. And I want to thank my team who take care of me to training, to be ready. I want to thank my partner who helped me to have a good preparation. Thank Bob Arum for this opportunity, for this fight. I want to thank my opponent who tell me to the social media, who remember to me to the social media to be ready for the fight. Do you think I'm not ready? Baby, look at me. I'm ready, baby. I'm ready to face you Saturday. You have too many energy to lose to the wrong place. Saturday night, I'm going to respond to you in the ring, baby. Be ready. I think you're ready. So we have to be two to do the good fight. So I hope you're ready.
All right, let me translate that to Kazakh. So basically, no, I'm just kidding. We'll leave that to Buddy McGirt. But Hassan, let me ask you, at this point in your career, you get a phone call to take on somebody like this, who is an Olympian, who's been knocking guys out, maybe looking at you as a gatekeeper. What made you so, yes, I'm going to take this fight. I'm ready for it, no question.
When they proposed me this fight, I pick it directly straight away because it's a world champion amateur boxer. It's a good level fighter, So it's going to be a good fight for me. It's going to be a good opportunity for me. If I won this fight, like I know, I'm going to push to the another world championship. So that's why I picked this fight, because it's some opportunity for me.
And I'd imagine middleweight is more of a natural weight class for you, right, than fighting up at 168?
Yeah, I feel good. I feel good in middleweight class. Super middleweight was opportunity that I picked, but my very well weight class is middleweight.
Thank you. Merci beaucoup.
Merci.
Merci. That's all I got for you. All right, over here to Janibek, who we're going to work through some translators. And Buddy's speaking some Kazakh now, right, Buddy?
Yes.
All right. So Buddy, that fight for Janibek against Rob Brandt, what do you feel like, or what did he feel like that proved to everybody with that spectacular performance?
I believe he proved that he's ready for anybody in the top 5 in the world, any world champion.
Janibek, what do you think?
Yeah. Бұл жерге біз бокс әлеміне қазақ стайлды тарихта қалдыру үшін келдік. Бұл жерде Мексикан стайл сияқты бізде өз өнерімізді осы жақта көрсетіп тарихта қалғымыз келеді. Және де 200 салмақ бойынша әлем чемпионы болғымыз келеді. Қазір сол мақсатта жұмыс істеп жатырмыз.
Got that, Buddy?
Okay, he said, I'm here to show the world Kazakh style. He wants to put Kazakh style on the map in boxing, not like all the other styles. And his goal is not only to be a 1-division world champion, he wants to be a 4-division world champion.
A 4-division world champion. Well, how close does he feel like he is right now to a world title shot at middleweight?
He thinks he should have got a shot yesterday.
All right. Right? That's how, I mean, you're right, I know.
Әр жекпе-жекке 100% дайын болып келеміз. Бұл біздің былай айтқанда чемпиондық титулдарға деген қадамымыз. Біздің команда, мен бұйырса сенбі күні жақсы шоу көрсетеміз.
He says that he prepared 100% for each fight, and he doesn't want to fight former world champions. He wants to fight present world champions.
How does he get one step closer to that on Saturday night? What does he need to do to beat an experienced fighter who's fought in multiple weight classes in Hassan and Dam?
Бұл жерде жақсы қарсылас, бұрынғы әлем чемпионы, бірақ маған бұрынғы әлем чемпиондары керек емес, маған қазіргі әлем чемпиондары керек. Сондықтан да бұл жекпе-жек біз үшін бұйырса ең жеңіл жекпе-жек болады.
He said that he's a former champion, he's a good champion, but it's easy work for him, and that he's ready to show the world Saturday night.
All right, he's saying easy work. We will see come Saturday night. That's why you need to buy that pay-per-view on ESPN+. Thank you guys so much. Thank you both. As we move now to the co-main event, Esquiva Falcao and Patrice Volney. And Patrice, undefeated 16-0 with 10 knockouts, but hasn't been exposed much to the U.S. audience. This will be not only your U.S. debut, but your debut outside of your native Canada. What can the American fans expect from you on Saturday night?
First of all, I want to say thank you to Bob. Thank you to my team. Thank you to everyone today. So what to expect from Canada?
People people that haven't had a chance to really see you work.
Yeah, that's true. Nobody really sees me from the outside because I've been fighting in Canada, Toronto, Montreal most of the time. But I'm ready. I'm ready to fight. So I'm ready to fight. So there's nothing can stop me now. At this level, we're ready. We've been working a lot. And we're at the stage today in Vegas. We can't believe, like I can say, we here today. So we make something big. And for sure, if we got a box, we got a box. If we got to fight, we got to fight. Then we're ready for everything.
So you can do both. You would describe yourself as as a boxer puncher first, more of an aggressive fighter.
We'll see.
Whatever you got to do to
Exactly.
get the job done. Well, what you did do is come to Las Vegas early. Get some work in at Split T Boxing, correct?
Yes.
What has that experience been like for you these past couple?
It's a good experience. You know, it's my first time. I went to California the first time. It's been a couple of years before to train. And now we're in Vegas, so it's the big city, the boxing city. So we learned a lot from each boxer, everybody around. And I think it's only positive for me, only positive on my side to be able to box here, learn more about people experience too. And we don't have to adapt, so that's why we come that early. So it's pretty good.
Makes sense, right? And this is an IBF middleweight title eliminator. Bob mentioned what's on the line.
Yeah.
Should you win this fight? Obviously, big smile from you there. What's it going to take against an experienced fighter in Esquiva Falcao to get that opportunity, to get past him and get a world title shot? I know it's a dream of yours.
Yes. It's a big opportunity.
Yeah.
I had a few opportunities in the past, but COVID happened, everything happened, so everything went a little bit down. But hey, like we said, opportunity don't happen every day. So when you got them, you got to take them, and that's what we're here for. We've been working a long time. We've been working for many years because that's why boxers working for those opportunities. So we're ready. We know he's a good boxer, everything, but we ain't scared none.
All right, Patrice, thank you for being here. We're looking forward to seeing you work.
Merci.
Bob?
Yeah. I just want to say this whole card will be shown on pay-per-view in Canada in the usual way by people having the opportunity to buy it on the Bell cable system, Rogers cable system throughout Canada. They will make it available to everybody in Canada. In the United States, it will be exclusively on ESPN Plus, but in Canada, it's on pay-per-view in the usual way.
That will make
Don't
people
forget
at home.
French too.
And in French too, right?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
We can see in Canada.
Absolutely. Worldwide audience we're expecting for this fight card, and I'm sure in Brazil people will be tuning into as we go to the man on my right, Esquiva Falcao. 28-0, 20 knockouts. I feel like we've been doing this for a very long time. Guardy, do you have a mic? Okay. How are you? Nice to see you.
I'm fine, thank you.
Here we go. 12-round fight, co-main event, pay-per-view card. How excited are you for this opportunity to finally get in a title eliminator one step closer to your dream?
Co-main event, luta sempre principal. Como é que você está se sentindo para essa luta?
Primeiramente, quero agradecer a TopRank por essa oportunidade e eu estou muito feliz e pode ter certeza que eu estou vindo muito bem preparado para dar o melhor combate da noite.
I want to first of all thank you TopRank, thank you Bob Arum for this opportunity, and you can be sure that I'm very well prepared and you bring the win to Brazil.
What has your preparation been like with Robert at the Robert Garcia Boxing Academy? Who have you been sparring, and what has your preparation been like for this title eliminator?
Como tem sido seu treino, sua preparação, seus sparring com o Robert?
Usei os melhores treinadores, melhores atletas, né? E melhores sparres, porque eu sei que é uma luta muito importante para mim e eu vou fazer história. O treinamento foi bastante reforçado, um treinamento bastante duro, que agora eu estou pronto para a guerra.
I had one of the best training in the world, the best sparring, the best seconds and everything. I training hard, I sparring hard, and now you bring the title to Brazil.
After your last fight, I would imagine you looked at Bob and Bruce Trampler and Brad Goodman, and you went like this, right? Meaning you're ready to get that belt. What is it going to take on Saturday night to walk away with that?
Na última luta, ela viu você depois da luta mostrando pro Bob, pro Bruce e pro
Brad,
que você queria a luta pelo título. E agora, o que você tem em mente?
Eu treinei muito para essa luta. Minha luta anterior foi contra um russo, bastante duro, onde tinha perdido para os campeões do mundo por ponto. Eu acabei nocauteando no quarto assalto. Eu falei, chegou minha oportunidade, eu quero conquistar. E agora eu estou pronto. Eu acho que essa luta vai me levar até o título. E vai ter ninguém que vai me tirar ela. Então pode ter certeza que eu vou chegar em cima do ringue como um leão. Eu estou aqui como um leão e vou lá conseguir a vitória.
My last fight was against the Russian, as a very tough opponent. He never been knocked out. He fought for world title, and I threw him out in the fourth. So I'm prepared. Nobody will take this opportunity from me. I want the title shot, and I will get it.
He's confident he's going to get a world title shot, Bob. You mentioned him fighting a mandatory for the winner of Murata and Triple G. That's kind of what you thought, and that was hopefully the path for him all along, right? Was trying to make that rematch from the Olympians. Obviously, Murata has a tough test against Triple G, but either guy, that's a makeable fight for...
The winners of each of these fights will be mandatory for different organizations, and each of them will have a crack at the world title. So there's no reason to believe that there will be any hesitation by these organizations. They follow through on their commitments. So I would anticipate that the winners of each of these two fights will be fighting for a world title, and that maybe Christmas of 2022 or earlier we'll have a unification fight where they can fight each other, the winners, because I think they would have a great chance of becoming champions, and then they would look forward, because they're warriors, to unifying the titles.
All right. Well, as we see in our main event, I mean, when the mandatories and everything works out, everybody works together, great fights can be made. And great fights will be brought to you on Saturday night from the Michelob Ultra Arena right here at Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas, and live exclusively on ESPN Plus pay-per-view in the United States. Early undercard starting at 3 p.m. Pacific time, streaming on the ESPN app. Then the 2 TV fights on ESPN2 and ESPN Plus starting at 4, and then our pay-per-view will start at 6 p.m. local time. I think we've covered it all, right, Bob?
We certainly have.
Absolutely. Let's go. We're going to pose you guys off for some photos now, and we'll see you all tomorrow at the weigh-ins. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. I'm Christina Poncher for Bob Arum and Top Rank. We'll see you at the weigh-ins tomorrow. Okay, you can just leave your microphones on the chair.